Whether you're a first-time cruiser wondering which cruise line is right for you, or a long-time cruiser looking to expand your horizons and try a new cruise line, this video is for you. We'll look at the pros and cons of 3 popular premium cruise lines and share where each is doing the best and worst right now. Hi there, I'm Ilana from the website lifewellcruise.com. Welcome back to my channel. Now, there have been a lot of changes over the last couple of years in cruising, and I thought it was a good time to compare 3 popular premium cruise lines: Celebrity, Princess, and Holland America. Now, while there are other premium cruise lines, these 3 cruise lines do tend to attract generally a similar demographic and do have a lot of similarities. So I do think that these 3 are really worth comparing. Now, in all 3 of these cases, there have been some significant changes to the lines from a couple of years ago, including even some cost-cutting measures, and it really is worth revisiting and looking at the pros and cons of each cruise line to see which one is right for you right now. Now, of course, cruises aren't one size fits all, so we're going to go over which cruise line really is best and worst in the categories of ships, cabins, service, food and dining, itineraries, all-inclusive packages, entertainment and activities, demographic, value, and solo options. And I should mention that although this video is subjective, I am going to share my own videos, my own experiences that I've had on these different cruise lines. I'm also basing this video partially on some of the feedback from other cruisers, some reviews, and some of the cruise line information and cruise news as well. All right, now that that's out of the way, before we get started, I did want to mention that if you like this video, if you find it helpful, informative, or enjoyable in any way, then please do give this video a big thumbs up. I really do appreciate it, and please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Let's get started. The cruise ships. Now, all of these 3 cruise lines do really have a very nice fleet of cruise ships. However, there are some differences between each of the different lines. Now, when we look at Celebrity, they have what seems like the most modern style of cruise ships right now, in particular since they came out with their Edge class cruise ships. I really happen to like these cruise ships. In terms of the feel, it really does feel luxurious but modern at the same time. A really different feel from even some of their older cruise ships, although I do think that one benefit, one plus that Celebrity has over Holland America and over Princess is that they were in the midst of what they called revolutionizing their cruise ships when the pandemic hit. So about half of the fleet has really been modernized, really updated very nicely with updated color schemes, and that is something that I don't think has happened to the same extent with the other cruise lines. Now, something that I really liked about Celebrity's Edge class cruise ships in particular is the fact that it really just feels so elegant, so spacious, really resort style in almost a White Lotus sort of way, if you know what I mean. Now, Princess cruise ships have such an elegance to them. They really are some of my very favorite cruise ships, in particular because of their gorgeous piazza that is at the center of their cruise ships. Now, we've sailed with Princess quite a lot over the years, but I happen to absolutely love the Royal class of cruise ships. Now, in particular, we were on the Enchanted Princess over the summer, and we just thought this is just an absolutely gorgeous, also very spacious, a lot of things to do on this cruise ship. A very, very lovely cruise ship. Now, I have to say, when it comes to some of their older cruise ships, while I really liked them back in the day, I really would like to see them updated so that they really did feel a little bit more modernized now. Now, Princess is coming out with the brand new Sun Princess, and I have to say, I am so excited for her. She looks absolutely gorgeous. There are some things that I'm going to mention in this video when it comes to cabins and a few other things that I think we're going to see some really nice improvements on that ship. Now, Holland America does do things differently. While the other cruise lines have cruise ships that are smaller, more medium size, I would say, and then larger, well, all of Holland America's cruise ships are more in that mid-size range, even their newer cruise ships. So the Pinnacle class, which includes the new Statendam, the Koningsdam, and the Rotterdam, are beautiful mid-sized cruise ships that are just under 100,000 tons. The cruise ships feel intimate, yet there's a lot of things to do. a lot of space as well. And if you're somebody who doesn't necessarily want a cruise ship with 4,000 people on it, you might really enjoy the Holland America ships. Cabins and amenities. Now, there are definitely some pros and cons here, and some things that you may like better or worse. And I am going to be talking, by the way, about bathrooms as well and about housekeeping. Now, when it comes to Celebrity, they do have that innovative cruise ship cabin that either some people love or some people hate. That's that infinite veranda. Now, infinite verandas, I do have an entire video all about the infinite veranda, by the way, the pros and cons, what we loved and didn't like so much. I'll include that in the description of this video in case you do want to check it out. But they do have that very innovative cabin. So that is something that I think is pretty neat. But you also have regular balcony cabins. You have really nice interior cabins. And the other cruise ships have that as well. Now, the nice thing about Celebrity cruise ships is that they do have on their refurbished cruise ships and their newer cruise ships, they do have glass shower doors, which is something that personally I like. Princess Cruises has a really practical design for their cruise ship cabins, and that is always something that I found very unique to Princess. They have this open closet style hallway between the cabin and the bathroom that does make it a nice space when somebody is getting ready. However, something to be aware about is if you have a balcony cabin or anything smaller than a balcony cabin, the cabins don't typically include a sofa or a love seat the way you might expect on some cruise lines. Now, that is going to change, if I'm not mistaken, on Sun Princess, but that is something good to know for all of the other cruise ships. However, if you do get a deluxe balcony, you will have this. Now, also on Sun Princess, in contrast to the other Princess cruise ships, you are not going to have to deal anymore with that shower curtain. Instead, it looks like we are going to have those glass shower doors. Holland America cabins are compact, but they really do optimize storage and furnishings very well. I find Holland America cabins to be very comfortable, and they also feel very traditional and modern at the same time. Now, something that I particularly like in Holland America's bathrooms is, first of all, you do have that glass shower door, at least on the Pinnacle class cruise ships, but I also like the fact that you have Elemis toiletries. It is really the first cruise line that I have to say I did not use the toiletries that I brought from home at all. I only used the Holland America toiletries, so that's definitely a plus. Now, when it comes to housekeeping, I am very happy to say that all three cruise lines have twice a day housekeeping available. So you have the morning and you have a turn down service as well. Now, you might find that the cabin attendant might ask you, do you want both cabin services? So if you only want it once a day, that's definitely okay. But if you prefer to have it twice a day, like I do, I am on a cruise, so I like to feel pampered just a little bit, then that is available. Now, all three cruise lines have a variety of cabins to choose from inside cabins to suites, but I do want to mention something regarding Celebrity. They did make a change over the last few months, and that is that they have taken away the butler service from many of their suites. Instead, they have brought in a retreat team, so still a service. Many people feel that this is a downgrade. I have not tried this myself, but I have read reviews. I have watched some videos on this. So this is something to be aware of. I do think it is a little bit of a cost-cutting measure, and I'm not sure if it is the best for the customer, but please let me know if you have any experience with this down in the comments below. Now, if you're planning to cruise solo, you might be wondering which cruise line is best, at least when it comes to the cabins. So each of these cruise lines does have some cabins dedicated now to solo cruising. Now, on Princess's newest cruise ship, Sun Princess, they are going to have 4 solo cabins. Holland America has 12 solo ocean view cabins on their 3 Pinnacle class ships, and Celebrity has a total of 32 cabins on each of their Edge class cruise ships dedicated to solo cruisers. Entertainment and activities. There are some differences here. When it comes to Holland America, a lot of their entertainment and activities are focused either on music or enrichment. And if you like either of these things, I think you will be very happy on Holland America. We absolutely loved the music walk. There's so much happening here in the evening, and the live music is just fantastic. Now, when it comes to some of the other entertainment on Holland America, it is a little bit more low-key than you'll find on Princess and Celebrity. There definitely is a quality of entertainment, but it does seem to be a little bit more lower key and a little bit more enrichment focused. Now, when it comes to the entertainment on Celebrity, it definitely is a good quality and very high energy. So there are production shows, there are guest entertainers, and evenings where there's a live band playing or the silent disco. The mood in the evening on Celebrity definitely has an upscale but happening vibe. Now, something that I always like to say about Princess, and I think that it still remains true, is there is something for everyone. Princess has big production shows. Princess has live music playing in the piazza or atrium. They have the movies Under the Stars where you can see a movie outdoors on the big screen. And there are some game shows as well in another venue. There's absolutely no shortage of things to do on a Princess cruise ship. And one of the things that I really like, even in the evening on Princess, is there are different bars and places if you like somewhere a little bit more intimate to go. Now, when it comes to the daytime atmosphere and entertainment, Holland America is a little bit more also lower key. There are definitely things going on. There's trivia, there are different classes, different enrichment, and there really are a lot of things to do. At the same time, there's a fantastic pickleball court that is always happening. You'll find shuffleboard and a lot of other traditional activities on their cruise ships. Now, when it comes to Princess, again, there really is something happening. It seems like all the time. There are fashion shows, demonstrations, dance classes, pool games, and also, of course, very quiet places to be on the cruise ships. I think that might be one of the things that Princess does really well, in particular on their larger cruise ships, is there is a lot of space for different things to be going on at the same time without necessarily having a huge crowd. Now, when it comes to daytime activities, Celebrity might be in the middle between Princess and Holland America in terms of activity. Overall, there are some fun and even high energy activities planned next to the pool during certain times of the day, usually during the afternoon, but there's also a lot of quiet spaces as well, including the adults only solarium. Now, I'm going to get to food and dining in just a minute. I think that that is something that everybody wants to know about, but first I did want to talk about the different packages that each cruise line has that is available. So when it comes to Princess, they do have Princess Plus and Princess Premier. They are either $60 a day or $80 a day, depending on which package you have. Now, included in that is a beverage package, your gratuities, and your Wi-Fi. And when you do go up to the higher package, the Princess Premier, you do as well get some specialty restaurants. Now, I'm not going to get into all of the details of that because I do have an entire video on it. I will link it down below in the description of this video in case you do want more information. But you also do have some casual dining. And if you do go up to Princess Plus, with Princess Plus, you get some specialty restaurants as well. Now, also included in this is you do get some different functionality in terms of the app and some of the extra inclusions, as well as even room service, which is included in both Princess Plus and Princess Premier. Now, Holland America also has a package. It is called Have It All. I think it's a really good value. This includes the signature beverage package. It also includes a shore excursion credit that you can use. It includes Wi-Fi, and it includes some specialty dining. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Holland America's regular price on Have It All is $99. However, most of the time, I believe it is on sale for $50 a person per day. Now, Celebrity also has a package. However, I do have to warn you, they have made a change. So Celebrity's all-included package used to include 3 things that were all included. Now it only includes 2 things. So what it includes is it includes your basic beverage package, the classic package, and it includes your Wi-Fi. So what is no longer included are the crew gratuities. Now, in terms of the pricing, I'm not sure what the pricing is per day. It seems to really vary, but in my opinion, I don't see the value of this the way I had in the past. Now, I know sometimes people do ask about what is the atmosphere like, which cruise line is the most formal. So none of these cruise lines is very formal. They all have now adopted a more relaxed dress code when it comes to the evening. So they're basically pretty much casual, smart casual, or instead of formal, they really do have a more relaxed, dressy dress code. Now, Celebrity did adopt evening chic as a dress code for its formal nights a few years ago. Princess, if I'm not mistaken, does still use the term formal night. However, in practice, there are definitely people who wear evening gowns and suits and even tuxedos, but there are also a lot of other people who definitely do dress nice. They do dress up, but it is less formal than in the past. Now, Holland America has a gala night on most of its cruises, and the dress code is dressy. Now, in my experience on all of these 3 cruise lines, people do dress nicely. However, it definitely does feel very comfortable. The dining. Now, this is definitely where we're going to see a little bit of the best and a little bit of the worst. So let's start with the buffet. Now, when it comes to the buffet, Princess has a really good buffet with a lot of stations set up and a lot of variety. Now, when it comes to the buffet and Celebrity, they also have a really good buffet. I think they have a lot of really nice options that I didn't necessarily see on some of the other cruise lines that I really like. One potential negative, though, about Celebrity and the buffet is if you like to have dinner in the buffet, the dinner options, well, there are a lot less dinner options than there are for lunch. So that definitely is reduced. Although, of course, you do still have some nice options in terms of restaurants and other places to eat instead if you like. Now, when it comes to the Lido buffet, I was very impressed with Holland America's buffet. Not only do they have quite a lot of options, everything looks and tastes very fresh. The quality is really there, but the presentation is extraordinary. At the same time, a really nice thing that I like is the fact that Holland America is mostly full serve as a buffet. Now, personally, I like that, so I see that as a pro. Now, when it comes to other casual dining, Princess has a lot of options. One of the best things I think that Princess has going for them is International Cafe. That is in the Piazza. Not only can you get sweet treats, but you can get savory options, breakfast options, healthy options as well. Now, next to the pool, you also have included pizza and a poolside grill. You do also have some casual dining. So those are basically sit-down restaurants where you can sit down, you can have a meal at O'Malley's, or you can have some sushi, or you can have a meal at Gigi's or Alfredo's. Now, these are usually around $15 per person for a 3-course meal. However, if you do have Princess Plus or Princess Premier, this does come included. Now, Holland America, and this can vary by cruise ship, but Holland America has one restaurant, a casual place that people just love. It is Dive In. This is where they have poolside burgers. My husband and son happen to think that Holland America has the very best casual burger joint in Dive In. You also have New York Deli and pizza. That is really, really good pizza, and the very unique and delicious Grand Dutch Cafe. And all of these casual options are included, by the way. Now, in terms of Celebrity's casual dining, in addition to the buffet, they do also have a poolside grill. That is very good. They have pizza, by the way, in their buffet, and they have Cafe Al Baccio. Now, Cafe Al Baccio is mainly desserts, cookies, pastries, along with coffee that you do have to pay extra for. However, all of the pastries are included. Now, I have to say, years ago, I loved Cafe Al Baccio. I even raved about it in past videos from a few years ago. But on our recent cruise on Celebrity, I just didn't find the quality to be as there as before. Which brings me to the main dining room dining. Now, Celebrity used to have some of the very best included main dining room food, and that definitely seems to have been a change that has happened over the last year or so. Now, that was our experience on our cruise on Celebrity Beyond. However, it has been many other people's experiences as well. And Celebrity has actually said that they are looking to make some changes, some improvements to basically address some of the customer feedback that they have had. So perhaps that will improve. But my experience on my Celebrity cruise was something that I noticed wasn't just that the food quality had changed, and it's still very good, by the way. It was not bad. It just wasn't as excellent as it was before, but it was in the presentation that had really, really decreased. That was what had surprised me the most. And so that is why I just don't think that in terms of the main dining room, that Celebrity is the winner in this category. Now, I am open. We do have a Celebrity cruise coming up in just a month, so I will let you know what I think. Princess. Now, when it comes to the dining on Princess, there are so many different options now. I am going to share with you a little bit about the specialty dining in just a minute. But when it comes to the main dining room, I think that the main dining room food on Princess is really very good. It's basically been fairly consistent over the last couple of years, but something that we had noticed on our last cruise is that the presentation of the food is really improving, and the menu options as well. If you've sailed recently with Princess, please let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. But I think the winner in the included main dining room food category for me has to really go with Holland America. We found the presentation to be excellent, the food quality to be really good. We were really very impressed with most of the dishes, not all, because not everything you're going to order is going to be to your liking, but that's okay because we never starve on a cruise, and we know we could always order something else if we really want to. But we really found the food to be in the main dining room excellent on Holland America, and on our last cruise it actually did surpass our expectations. The specialty dining. Now I know not everybody goes to specialty dining, but if you do enjoy a night or two or three going out to have a little bit more of a special meal on a cruise, then specialty dining is important. Now celebrity specialty dining I think is excellent. They do an excellent job. It is a little bit on the pricey side compared to the other premium lines, but it is very good. Now, Holland America specialty dining is really good as well. One of our favorite cruise line specialty restaurants is Tamarind on Holland America. It's not food that we often eat at home, and we particularly like that on Holland America. Now, the specialty dining on Princess is also really good, and actually a pretty good value for the restaurants, by the way. Now, we loved Sabatini's, but one of the restaurants that we loved, it is a newer restaurant on Princess. I definitely recommend it. It is The Catch by Rudy. This restaurant is so good. Not only is the food delicious and well presented, but even the table decor, it really is amazing. Now, if you are looking for a really special experience, I do highly suggest the Princess 360 experience. We were able to do that before you were able to actually book that for a charge. Now you're able to book that and just pay for it, and I definitely think it's well worth it. Now, a quick mention about room service, because I do think it's important given that we are talking about premium cruise lines. So Holland America, your room service is included, and it really is quite a nice menu. Now on Princess, your room service is not included if you have the standard package. However, if you have Princess Plus or Princess Premier, then you do have the room service included, and this even includes delivery of your drinks if you do have the beverage package. Now, while Celebrity does have room service available, unlike the other premium cruise lines, there is a charge. It is $10 for the delivery plus a $2 service charge. Now let's go over the demographics, the value, and who I think each cruise line is for. The demographic. Now, while this can change by itinerary and by time of year and even by cruise ship, generally all three of these cruise lines will attract a more mature crowd. Celebrity Cruises attracts a diverse clientele. So you'll have couples, you'll have friends, you will have some families, although I don't think it's an extremely family-orientated cruise ship. They definitely do have a great kids and teens club, and if your child is not really into water slides, they don't care that much for it, I think they really would have a great time. Now, the atmosphere on Celebrity is modern, upscale, luxurious, but also not stuffy, although it does have a little bit of a White Lotus vibe, but I personally really like that. Celebrity Cruises does seem to attract people of really all ages, but generally, let's say between 40 and 60 and plus, but people that are generally pretty young at heart and even enjoy some modern or pop music by the pool. Now, Princess also attracts a mature crowd, but also does have a lot available for multi-generational cruisers and even family cruisers, in particular during the summer, during school breaks, and during the winter vacations. Now, Princess does really have something for everyone. They have a great kids club, and although they don't have any water slides, they do have on the new Sun Princess, they do have a more activity-orientated area. There are definitely a lot of fun things to do, and there are places for both adults only and for kids and families as well. Now, Holland America does also attract a mature traveler. However, it is definitely not only for old people, as I used to hear years ago. I would really say that if you pick a cruise line based on what you enjoy most, then you're really going to find that that is a good fit. Now, Holland America feels more relaxed, a little more chill. There are not activities that are in your face all the time. And for people that like that atmosphere, that is really going to be a very good fit. We find Holland America to be very relaxing, but also a lot of fun. And we've had some great conversations with people that we've met on board. So what about the value? Now, all of these 3 premium cruise lines, I do think is a very good value. When you look at the fact that all cruises have been going up in price for everything that you get in terms of quality of food, quality of entertainment, quality of cabins, quality of service, which I don't think that I actually talked about. The service is excellent on all of these 3 cruise lines, so there is absolutely nothing to worry about. But when you consider that, I think that all of these 3 cruise lines are a very good value. Now, if I really had to look at the price, I would say that Princess is probably the best value of the 3 in terms of just based on pricing and for the itinerary. Holland America also, when you look at what is included with Holland America, in particular the Have It All, I think that is a really good value. Now, Celebrity has been pricing higher than most of the other cruise lines over the last year, and I would say even going into 2025. So that is definitely something to keep in mind if that is something that you are comparing. Now, I'm curious to know what you think. First of all, please let me know if you are planning to cruise on any of these 3 cruise lines. Please let me know down in the comments below. And if you've had experience cruising on any of these lines, good or bad, please let me know down in the comments as well. Not only do I want to know, but I know that that is going to help other people as well. Now, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give it a big thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. And please subscribe if you haven't done so already. Bye for now, and happy cruising.